First cornerback off the board.
That's Quinyon Mitchell. I know
Quinyon
that.
Mitchell.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
going to take some getting used to. That's a unique one.
yeah. But Quinyon Mitchell was one of those who shot up the draft board after the Senior Bowl. He ran at the combine. He clocked a 4.33. He was a stud at the Senior Bowl. I was looking at clips, watching the practices, and I mean he was shutting down some of these guys that are going to be getting drafted here soon, and also early in day two. I just think that he's the perfect prototype corner for today's NFL at 6 foot, has good body control, like they're saying here. And I just think that him and Jalen Johnson on the outsides for the Bears will be something, yeah, something that a lot of wide receivers aren't going to want to deal with on Sundays.
Yeah, he definitely shot up, and I mean, you can't go wrong with any of the other corners. I feel like if I mean, you need defense in the beginning of this draft. I mean, you're just loving how this is playing out, right? You kind of have your pick of the litter, and with the Bears going ahead and improving the offense the way they have, it definitely makes a lot of sense for them to go corner here. So not a bad pick. Now with the Jets, I'm a little bit conflicted simply because their team is very like their success this upcoming year is really predicated on some of the key injuries, and some of the people that they brought in are kind of have a deep injury history. Mike Williams, uh, Tyron Smith, they got a left tackle. Um, and then obviously Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles a couple plays into the year last year. So I would just go best player available here. Um, this one's tough. Could go Bowers. Bowers wouldn't be bad, but I feel like if you're going to get a like an offensive weapon for Aaron Rodgers, you might as well take one of the really good premium receivers here. I think you want to go ahead and protect Aaron Rodgers just in case you know Tyron. I mean, once you're the Cowboys, when's the last time you had like a full healthy season?
Well, I count last year as a full healthy season for him. I think he only missed like 2 or 3 games. But I mean, yeah, he's going to probably only play somewhere anywhere between 13 to 15 games and that's a season. That's a Pro Bowl all pro season. But yeah, he is injury, so you do need to have some type of insurance in place for the off chance that he might end up hurt.
Okay. And for that reason, and I could have went a lot of places here. I was actually thinking maybe receiver, something opposite of Garrett Wilson instead of going to Brock Bowers. But I'm gonna go Olu just based off just the raw potential, because the thing with the Jets, they should probably draft a quarterback later in the draft, by the way. But whatever happens with Aaron Rodgers, you want to make sure that line is secure, and you don't want to really rely on a older, still productive Tyron Smith, and what they still got Elijah Vera Tucker. They just grabbed Morgan Moses, or was he already on the team? I think he came from the forget.
So
But
yes, he this is who they got right here. We got it right here. We got it up just so we know. This year they picked up Smith, wide receiver Mike Williams, and defensive end Hassan Reddick, and also they traded for Morgan Moses. I'm pretty sure they traded for him. This was actually kind of funny, and I feel this way when we're talking Jets. Jets have won many off seasons that didn't lead to much regular season success. I think that's kind of hilarious. And yeah, obviously you touched on all their key positions: wide receiver, offensive tackle, running back. So I mean, you were kind of hitting it on the head of the things that they need, but obviously with this one pick, you can only pick one person. I think that them getting Fashanu right here is a perfect pick for the situation that they're in currently.
and Olu sort of in terms of what they might be focusing on here kind of reminds me when they picked Mekhi Becton, just in terms of it was a deep tackle class that year. I believe that's the Andrew Thomas year, along with a bunch of other tackles that went, but they kind of went for the big guy who's a little bit more raw, not as polished as some of the other guys, but lots of potential. Fortunately, Mekhi Becton was dealing with a lot of injuries so far in his career, but yeah, let's shore up that offensive line.
Yeah, we're the Jets. We're not taking the sexy tight end. We'll let somebody else deal with that. So here we have Vikings on the board, and you know this player's been slotted to him at 5 for whatever reason. The entire cycle, I don't really know why. It was
Aura, bro.
almost like because they came into a first round pick, they had to give that pick up for a quarterback. I kind of thought that was absurd. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, Adam Schefter is in an interview with Establishing the Run, and he states that they actually didn't reach out to the Texans to acquire that first round pick. The Texans reached out to them to acquire a second round pick, which was the second round pick that was used to trade for Stephon Diggs. So it's just one of those things with the more you know, you're like, yo, they don't really have to use that second first round pick for a quarterback. Maybe they can just sit back and see where it falls. Or maybe they can trade a 1 and like a 4th or a 5th, something along the lines of there, but they don't really have to trade 2 1s for the 5th overall pick to select JJ McCarthy. I think they get him at 11 here, like they do in this mock. I think they'll be able to do that in real life too. So yeah, we're selecting JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy. And to build on what you were saying, what Schefter said, if I were in Minnesota, I'd be kind of pissed that he came out and said that, because with that information, very underrated piece of news, because it makes all the about JJ McCarthy, it makes it look like obvious smokescreen. Like it just looked now like, oh wait, you guys didn't even really reach out to get that pick, and now all of a sudden you're whatever. So no, I definitely feel that.
I was trying to allude to the fact that I was like, this is all, I don't believe in any of this. I was trying to tell you that. I was like
Hey, bro, my main point was if they're not trading up to like 5 with the Chargers, I just don't think they're going to trade the pick at all. I don't think they need to trade to 8. You know what I mean?